Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome to yet another tirade of moral judgment, consensual moral judgment around am I morally bankrupt or them? So this is, if you haven't been here before, this is a show which goes on to Reddit to Am I the Arsehole posts of Reddit, and we evaluate whether somebody is morally bankrupt, the poster is morally bankrupt, or the person they're talking about is morally bankrupt, and see who is good, who is bad, who is ugly, who is wrong, who is right, who should be cast down a well of despair for all their lives. But no, it's certainly not that serious. It certainly is not that serious. And getting up to number 11, this is becoming good. I really enjoy doing this, and I hope you enjoy it too. If not, then that's cool. All good. I'm happy to sit here and talk. And hello, Big Bad Mama. Hello, so good to see you. Hello, Nana Blooms. Nana Blooms. Hello. Yeah. So if you haven't been here, that's what we're doing. We're going on to the Reddit posts of "Am I the Asshole?" to make some consensual moral judgments about people we don't know, about situations I've never seen, and determine who is in the right and who is in the wrong, which I enjoy. I really enjoy the break from sort of big topics to uh, just petty, meaningless stuff. Like really, it's just I borrowed my friend's car and did this, and is that right or wrong? It's kind of not really not really high stakes at all. Hello, Pink Paradise. Welcome to the stream. But before I get into that, there's probably a couple of things I wanna go into. One was, and if you don't know, I will get my screen up because one was somebody mentioned my home city, and considering the city that I live in is literally the most isolated city in the world, um, that's unusual, and I really wanna show this. So let me get now. Oh, hello, Maynard. Good to see you. Good to see you. So nobody ever mentions my city, right? It's just not. It's Perth. It never gets mentioned. It's kind of just it to the rest of the world. It just does not exist, kind of thing. Which is kind of hilarious. But I wanna share, and I want this view. See, I'm a professional. You can tell by the way that my screens work. So was on the Joe Rogan yesterday, and I only found out about it because my wonderful wife sent it to me, because I don't really pay attention to Joe Rogan, but um, so apparently Joe Rogan may be moving to Perth, which quite frankly I have mixed feelings over. Okay, but the whole point is, and the secret's out. Perth is gorgeous. Like, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous city. Why is it gorgeous? And I wanted to show you why Perth is so gorgeous. Now this is Perth, right? This is a shot of Perth. So that's generally what the city looks like. That's the center of the city, by the way. This isn't sort of a satellite city or something around it. This is the center of the city entirely. Absolutely gorgeous. Um, and yeah, so it's kind of, that is Cottesloe Beach, which I have a better picture of, actually. Um, So let's get Cottesloe Beach, because that's kind of famous. So this is Cottesloe Beach, absolutely gorgeous, just gorgeous. And I want to show you that one of the main attractions. Look, I'm not working for the department. This is Rottnest Island. I'm not working for Tourism Western Australia. Trust me, I'm not. I just wanted to show why Joe Rogan's saying this. And this island is a really unique experience. It's basically an island off the coast, No cars are allowed on it. You can only, I think there's a few like sort of golf buggy things that they drive around, but it's basically just you can only walk and ride, and that's all. And there's pubs and there's things to do. There's snorkeling and things like that. But it has these guys. This is a quokka. This is a quokka, and they live in one place and one place only. And that one place is Rottnest Island in Western Australia. That's the only place they live. They're a type of wallaby, a very small type of wallaby, and they are just gorgeous little guys. And I want to show you too. This is my local beach. This is my local beach, right? This one. Yeah, just absolutely beautiful. And this is just sort of 10 minutes down the road from me. If that, maybe 5 minutes by car, like just not, yeah, everyone kind of, but yeah, I think that, yeah, that's true, but for different reasons, I think, because, Perth has issues, but, it is bloody beautiful. But I wanted to show you this as well. If you're squeamish, look away. Shark found at Quinns Beach in Perth behind protective shark nets. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they have no idea how the shark got through the shark net. Right? It's a shark net. They had to close it down. Yeah. Yeah. The sharks get by the shark barriers, people. It happens. That's one thing I want to show you. The other thing I want to show you. This is a picture I took. If you're familiar with my community page, you'll probably have seen this before. So I apologize. I'm going through it before. But this is my local park, right? Lovely little playground. Just yeah, we have this stuff. Yeah. This is like at a children's playground. And I've seen these. They're called tiger snakes. Um, Usually they're okay. If they feel frightened, they can be insanely aggressive, like insanely so, and highly venomous. Highly venomous. Yeah, that's the real deal right there. When you have children playing with snakes and spiders and stuff, yeah, then you're Australian. If you don't have snakes in your children's playground, you're not really Australian, quite frankly. You're just pretending. You're just pretending. But yeah, that's what I want to show you. I think everyone thinks they live in the best place in the world, but I mean, Perth is this weird paradigm. It's like the world's biggest country town, right? It's the world's biggest country town. So, you get the friendliness of people, but some of the, sort of really, I call it redneck behavior. So people from America understand what I mean, but it's sort of what we call bogans, which are like sort of rednecks or stuff like that. You do get that behavior. Actually, I think Post Malone was um, Post Malone was rejected from the casino here because he had facial and neck tattoos. Aren't those beaches teeming with poisonous jellyfish? Technically, they're venomous. But yes. Look, the really dangerous ones are the box jellyfish. The water where we are isn't in high enough latitude, so we don't get box jellyfish down here. You do get them at higher latitudes, so it's something to keep in mind. Lots of sharks. Yes, there are lots of sharks. I mean, it's not an everyday occurrence, and there's preventative measures. They've actually started to use drones to sort of patrol the water kind of thing. How cool is that? They have drones to like search for any sharks that may be out there. Because the water's very clear. You can sort of see if there's sharks around. Yobos, Beggins, Gackers. John knows where it's at. Yeah, so it's this weird town that's sort of so isolated from everything else. We kind of more or less do our own thing over here. The rest of Australia tries to tell us what to do, and we tell them to, go get stuffed, basically. So Perth's a weird, isolated, incredibly friendly, but sort of yeah, it's very hard to describe. I think it's sort of a unique kind of city, because we don't have any real close ties. We're closer to the Indonesian capital, like the capital of Indonesia, which is an Asian country north of us, than we are to our own capital. So we're kind of out doing our own thing. We were founded as a commercial enterprise. They thought the land would be good for agriculture. Land was not good for agriculture. So in the modern day, they've kind of gone to mining, and like the amount of metal reserves in Australia is quite Western Australia particularly is quite frankly just stupid. That there's so much metal over here, especially stuff like iron ore, lithium, aluminium, or bauxite that makes aluminium. There's just so much mineral wealth in the state. Like people make a fortune just as miners. It's crazy. So yeah, that's my state. It's kind of a really weird place. I love it. There's no nightlife whatsoever. Like the most boring city in the world. Like seriously. Um, Sort of if New York is the city that never sleeps, Perth is the city that never wakes up. It really just yeah. It's a country town. But enough about my city. I do love my city. I just wanted to share a bit of it with you. If you like lovely beaches and stuff like that, Perth's wonderful. If you like the excitement of nightlife and good time out, go somewhere else. You're not going to get that at Perth. People are weird here. They don't go out. They just enjoy their time, at home kind of thing. It's very, very weird. Anyway, am I morally bankrupt or them? Just to clarify, I've never read these before. I this is the first time I've seen them. Same as you. We can evaluate them together. But I haven't gone over these and made a preliminary judgment, just so you know. Men at work. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, that is kind of Australian. Yeah, but rarely my city gets any coverage. So there you go, and that's where I live. That's where I'm at. Okay. So by throw away B pisses, throw away B pissus. Am I the asshole for humiliating my girlfriend by calling her fat in front of other people? Is this a troll? Is this a troll? I mean, seriously? Yes? Yes, you're an asshole. My male 28 girlfriend, female 26, is part of a body positivity women's coalition. Sometimes members are allowed to invite their friends or partners to their community discussion panels. My girlfriend invited me to one discussion panel where the topic of the discussion was destigmatizing the word fat as an insult and using it as a neutral positive descriptor instead. Okay. The discussion leader asked me if I'd like to contribute any ideas to the discussion. I said I completely agree with the sentiment. I said that with my girlfriend, I can acknowledge that she is both fat and beautiful at the same time, and those adjectives are not mutually exclusive like society tells us. Okay. Well, um I think that's like I get what you're saying, but yeah, there's danger. The Sydney has the Opera House, Sydney Harbour Bridge, and John Rapp, all very imaginative names. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I did like Sydney. It was okay. I preferred Melbourne, but Sydney wasn't bad. It's just I found Sydney a bit too commercial. Um, oh, why would you? Yeah, okay. There's a recipe for disaster. My girlfriend me looked at me very shocked and upset, and put my arm pulled my arm and whispered to me that we are leaving now. I was very confused, and when we got to the car, she screamed at me for be such a degrading arsehole and for humiliating her in front of everyone by calling her fat. I told her I was confused because I thought the point of the panel was to embrace people of different body types. But she told me just because she is part of the panel doesn't mean she is a fat woman herself. I don't know what she meant by this. She is 5'4" and around 260 pounds. So I didn't realize she didn't see herself as larger than average. I apologize for hurting her feelings, but she has refused to talk to me since. Am I the asshole? Oh, dude, I don't know if you're an asshole, but you made the wrong choice. That is the wrong choice. The wrong choice. What's 220? Yeah, that's 100 kilograms at 5'4". Yeah, I think maybe you should have talked before sort of just saying that outright. You maybe should have talked to her, or maybe asked her opinion on how stigmatizing calling someone fat is. Oh, that's terrible. I don't think he's an asshole. He's just a bit stupid, really. Like he's just a bit dumb. Yeah, it does sound well-meaning, but some people aren't. When you have a word that's a stigma, Natalie, some people aren't ready to. I mean, when you have a word that you've been insulted with, maybe that um, you find to be derogatory or putting a stigma on you. Some people aren't ready to drop that, and that's okay. It's yeah, yeah. I assumed you were Nanalu. Thanks, Nanablink. A bit thick. Yeah, no, he's definitely thick, but is he an asshole? Yeah. Well, oh, hello, James. It's so good to see you, mate. I feel like I haven't seen you in so long. Amy Newman ran a stream yesterday. I didn't make it. I saw it. I was sort of having a day off yesterday doing any. I sort of just took a day, to be honest with you. I'd done some particularly difficult debate, followed by going and talking to praise, which is always just stressful. So I decided I wasn't doing anything. So I do apologize I missed you yesterday, James, but it's great to see you. It really is. I love talking to you. It's fantastic to see you. Yeah, so I'll do the poll because I don't know what else I'm going to do. I just I'm not 100% sure that he's being an asshole. Um, he did something incredibly stupid. Like I don't disagree with that per se, but um, I don't know if he had a malicious intent that would make him, sort of designate him to be an arsehole. I think to be an arsehole, you do have to have either a selfish or some sort of malicious intent to it. He may, I guess, he may accidentally be being an arsehole, but um, yeah, it kind of definitely a bad error in judgment, like no doubt. I'm just gonna get the poll up. About that's what I'm after. Never call your significant other fat. Yeah, I get what you're saying, and yes, I agree. It should have been a private conversation, but is making a incredibly insensitive remark. Are you an asshole if you did it for the right reasons? Like he was trying to support her group, kind of thing. Um, is saying that for the wrong reason make you an asshole, or the right reason, sorry, make you an asshole. Does that if you really want to help this group, um, oop, I'm just doing the poll now. I do apologize, everybody. I feel very tired today. I don't know whether it's because I didn't do much yesterday, but I do feel tired. Why can't I ask my community? Whoa, 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 whoa. 135 characters. All right, fine, fine, fine. How do we know he said it for the right? Look, Big Bad Mama. With these, you don't know what's inside the mind of person, so you just basically take it as read, kind of thing. Um, I think he was like, he's trying to say, let's destigmatize fat, and you know, perhaps if he left his girlfriend out of it and said, "Hey, people can be fat and they can be beautiful at the same time." I mean, when I use the word beautiful, I'm usually using it in a part of a personality sense. I think there are gorgeous people, like they're just beautiful people. They really are. Um, you know, without referring to them physically at all. Like I don't think that's the case. Like if you're sort of talking about a physical aesthetic, you can still be overweight and beautiful. Sure, you can be, absolutely. But um usually when I use that word, I'm talking about sort of the sum total of their personality and physicality, kind of thing. The term fat can't be. Everything can be destigmatized, Big Bad Mama. Everything can be. Like everything. There's nothing inherently derogatory about a word. It's what we have in culture that makes it derogatory. There's nothing inherently so. Groups have reclaimed words before. The gay community has reclaimed all kinds of words for themselves that were stigmas in the past. It anything can be destigmatized. Oh, hello, Maya. How are you? It's so good to see you. I don't agree with you, Big Man Mama. Anything can be destigmatized if you want it to be. That's just the way it is. The black community destigmatized a lot of words that were used to refer to them. And I mean, they still have a stigma outside their community, but inside their community, they don't. So, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Um, what do the Redditors think of this one? That is my F word. I hate it. Don't get me wrong. I'm obese. I'm shocked. Yeah, okay. No, I get what they're saying. Like just because somebody is even clinically obese, there's no reason to sort of tell them to their face. They're probably aware of it already. And I think that if he um I think that um if he just said, "Hey, people," instead of saying "my girlfriend is fat and beautiful," he just said, "People can be fat and beautiful." I think that would have gone down a whole lot better. Whole lot better. Yeah. So, especially during sort of the French Revolution time, the only people that could afford to have lots of food is the wealthy people and the people that were powerful, who had a lot of influence in society. So they sort of saw an overweight woman as as sort of a something to aspire to, because it meant you were incredibly wealthy to be able to have that much food. Yeah, Godless Girl. I did see you with Donnie. I was gonna join, but I was taking a break yesterday, and I yeah, I just didn't want to, basically. I just didn't want to. I'd already talked to Praise, and so it sort of he flip-flopped around, so I didn't really want to jump in. 260, was it 260? 260 pounds. Damn, all right. Yeah, that's look at 5'4", that's like even heavier than me, and I'm a 6'3" guy. You ruin everything, Titan. It's all you always ruin everything. Look, that is yeah, that is actually obese as far as I'm aware. Whether or not she's ready to hear it or not, yeah. See I'm 6'3" and she weighs more than I do, and I'm not a small guy. I'm about 100 and 112, 115 kilograms, and she weighs more than that. So yeah, yeah. Beauty isn't the eye of the beholder, but health is not. Yeah, I know. It's just say about 170 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, I think this guy has a point. Literally, the entire point of the cast is destigmatize that word, and she single-handedly ensured that it was stigmatizing as possible. Yeah, I kind of do agree with that. If they're trying to destigmatize the word, and if you don't want to destigmatize the word, don't be there. But I don't understand because it's her. Was it her class? Wasn't it her class in sort of body positivity? Um, yeah, friends or partners to the community discussion panels, body positivity and women's coalition. Yeah. Yeah, totally, Maya. Heavy does not equal unhealthy. Totally, I totally agree with that. However, at the point where you are sort of 5'4" and my weight, that's going from um, not just heavy, but definitely unhealthy. I think there's sort of a cutoff of how much you can say, well, heavy doesn't equal unhealthy. At a certain point, it kind of does. Like if you are morbidly obese, there is no way you cannot be unhealthy. That's just the reality of the situation. Troll bait. Yeah, I kind of think so. I kind of think so. Not the arsehole, but not the brightest move on your part either. Yeah, yeah. That's sort of what I think. I think not an arsehole, but damn, dude, you got to be more aware of what you're saying. Yeah, maybe she's a heavyweight wrestler. Um, yeah, may I guess maybe it would be. It's kind of hard to think that a woman's going to be 260 in all of its muscle kind of thing like that. That would be highly unusual. May I don't know at 5'4". If she was like a 6 foot girl, yeah, absolutely. See, I don't know many men. If a man is 5'4", he's not. I mean, probably shouldn't say he's not, but he's almost certainly not going to be getting up to 260 pounds in muscle. Like that would be highly unusual at 5'4". If they were 6 foot, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the thing about it is that while sort of there's not really an upper limit to the amount of fat you can put on, right? There is for the amount of muscle you can kind of put on and have that weight. I mean, Let's find out. Weight of a 5'4" bodybuilder. Yeah, so lean muscle, you're only getting up to 160, so 40% body fat is getting up to that 260 kind of thing, which is, it's not going to be. Look, you're just trying to be argumentative, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Just continue doing what you're doing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Uh, uh, is it a troll? You know what? I'm gonna up, but I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, unpronounceable name person I probably can't pronounce. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, let's assume it's a real post. Throw away BP issues. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know about this one. So let's see what the poll says. Oh, they hate the poster. The people hate the poster. Needs to learn respect. Everyone is horrible. Yeah, I kind of think the post has done nothing wrong, to be honest with you. But that's just me. Amesy, what have I told you before? Okay, okay, okay. I respect your opinions, even if you disagree with me. Wow. All right. Cocaine bear. Seriously? Seriously, cocaine bear. Is this a thing? Is this a movie? Cocaine bear. Oh, it sure is. Ray Liotta. Wow. He hasn't been around for a while. After a 500-pound black bear consumes a significant amount of cocaine, a substantial amount of cocaine, and embarks on a drug-fueled rampage, an eccentric gathering of cops, criminals, tourists, and teenagers assemble in a Georgia's forest. Wow. All right. Well, sure. Why not? Cocaine bear screening at a theater near you. Look, I don't know what the movie's going to be like. It could be a absolutely um, terrible movie, um, but the premise alone is great. Based on true events, really, Titan? Bear gets into cocaine. Okay, so Titan, as usual, is not wrong. Cocaine bear, a 79 kilogram. That's not a big bear, but overdosed on cocaine. Well, does this movie end with the with the bear overdosing? Oh, that's great. That's great. The bear just drops dead of a heart attack. Um, dropped by drug smugglers in the wilderness in Tennessee. The bear was found dead in northern Georgia. Okay. Okay. Well, why not? Cocaine bear it is. Sure. Sure. Why not? Like, yeah. I thought I was wrong once, but was mistaken. Yeah, that means you're wrong once. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, am I the asshole for not letting my sister believe that she can talk to a bird? Anyone here think they can talk to a bird? I do have a friend who debates called Ozian, and he has a bird, a African grey, and it says all kinds of stuff, but I don't think he believes he can talk to it. I mean, I'm gonna upvote it because bird love, bird love. Dependent ad. 8132. My male, 16. Oh, you're a male of 16. My family has a pet parrot. They are all pretty much obsessed with him, and my younger and older sisters keep buying him toys, new food, making him new fruit and vegetable mixes to try out, etc. There's nothing wrong with that. That's called having a pet. That's normal. My parents also pay a lot of attention to him, and they even set up the extra room we have for his cage so he can sleep better at night. Okay, sure. I don't. He has been with us for a few months now, and my family's obsession still hasn't died down. Look, no, that's just having a pet, dude. That's not an obsession. That's just a pet. Is this guy jealous of his parrot? I've mostly been indifferent since I'm not the biggest fan of animals, and my parents keep him away from my room. Okay, cool. Look, you don't have to like animals, but sort of getting jealous that your family likes their pet is kind of weird, bro. Not gonna lie. Luckily for me, it seems like he doesn't like me anyways. I wonder why. So it's even easier to avoid him flying to my shoulder or anything like that. Just is it just me, or does that sound really cool if you like come through the house and a parrot flies onto your shoulder and starts to talk to you? Like, I'm really sorry, but it sounds like your, first world problems right there. The problem though is that today my sister Emma, 10, female, she's only 10, was talking quietly to that bird. She was holding him and saying things like, I love you, right? And kissing him on the head while the parrot would just mimic the sound. Sure, that's what you do with parrots. It went on for a while, and she repeated that enough that it seemed like she was looking for a response. And I told her, he doesn't understand you, right? After I said that, she just looked at me and made a sour face and ignored me. I didn't want her to actually believe this bird can understand what she is saying, since she watches a lot of Disney movies, so I feel like they could have given her the wrong idea. I gently explained to her that it's just a bird and that he doesn't understand things like we do. She told me to stop bothering her and ended up leaving my room and told Mum about it. My mum told me that she believed it was harmless for my sister to talk to her pet and that the bird reciprocated her feelings. Yeah, so animals can they don't understand the words per se, but they can understand intonation, and they can associate the way that you're saying something and sort of the sounds that you're making, like not the actual words, but the sounds that you're making with some like they can associate affection with you saying, "Oh, I love you." They can do that. They can associate that affection response with the tone and the sort of things that you're saying. Um, just as a dog can understand that if you go no, it understands the discipline thing of that statement. So it's not like, yeah, they don't understand the words like we do, like they don't understand the language, but that doesn't mean you can't communicate with them. You certainly can communicate with them. And a bird can show you affection as well. There's no reason why a bird can't show you affection. Birds can be very affectionate. I think this guy's a douchebag, to be honest with you, but let's read on. My mum told me she believed it was harmless for my sister to talk to her pet, true, and that the bird reciprocated her feelings. May also be true. I wasn't there, but sure, it could be true. So I told her this will harm my sister's way of thinking and get her bullied at school. What? What? Why? Wait, why? Why does that lead to bullying? Okay, well, I mean, I think that the guy's being an asshole, but um, why does that necessarily lead to bullying? I don't understand that. That seems like a total non sequitur. Oh no, I told her this would harm my sister's way of thinking and get her bullied at school. Still, why? She told me to drop it and not get involved anymore. Am I the asshole? I think my sister is old enough to understand what I'm saying, and my mum is just too nice. No, you're an asshole. You're basically trying to, um, you're not on the right track. If she wants to play with the bird, right? She's just got a pet that she wants to play with. Um, Is an arsehole parents are very intelligent and respond to talking and love. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you, Big Ben Mama. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Uh, I didn't say animals can computer code I love you into a program and wake you every morning next to a picture of their face. I said they understand it and they do in their own way. Yeah, I think well, I don't think they can understand the words I love you. I think they can understand the affection in your tone and your actions kind of thing. And I think they can associate that with a sequence of sounds, which is fine. That's fine. It's all fine. Yeah, yeah. Aaron does have a parrot. He also has emus, which are my mortal enemy. So, I'm not giving him any points for that. Well, he does get points for it, but they're taken away by the fact that he has emus. I'm sorry, I don't respect anyone that keeps emus. They're no sane person. No sane person would keep emus, quite frankly. They're the devil's bird. The devil's bird. And I got to do a poll because I want to know what you think. It's not that I want to know what you think. I have to know what you think. I got to know. I have to know what the people say. Actually, I was having a conversation today from someone with Turkey on democracy. His misunderstanding of democracy was it was impressive. It was actually impressive. Yeah, we don't talk about that, Beamsy. We don't talk about the Great Emu Wars. That we don't talk about that. It was a draw. It was a draw. Okay. Um, and I hope maybe someone tell me. I hope my program is still working. That is eliminating the sound of typing. I think it's still working and it's been very good. But I hope so. Yeah, I agree with Big Bad Mama as well. Pink Paradise, I do. RC Nedra, it's so good to see you. Hello. I think so too. I think if she, it sounds like she's just playing with her parrot and sort of saying things to her parrot and pretending her parrot can, is talking back to her kind of thing. And all of that is perfectly fine. You know, yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yes, both Vietnam and the Great Emu Wars were a draw. And if you don't think so, well, you're wrong. Beamsy, stop. I'm not even going to put that on the screen. No, Beamsy, bad. I asked my dog. She says you're yes. I asked my cat and they said, you're an asshole. Get out of here. Yes, indeed. Indeed. No, no, you're fine, Snedra. It's all fine. Look, Titan's going to ruin the poll anyway, so do whatever you want. That's fine. Yeah, I look. Some people refer to their pets as their children, and it's like going up to them and going, they're not really your children, right? You didn't biologically give birth to them or sign any adoption papers, right? You're not really. Come on, dude. Seriously, that they look at that pet as their children, and that's fine. I've got no problem with that. No problem. Look, I don't think that sort of going up to people and telling them how to view their pets is yeah, Tux, absolutely. Your dog is your kid. Perfectly fine. Like, why would I go up to you and go, hey, that's not really real, right? No, of course not. You wanna you wanna see your pet as your kid? Go for it. That's it I see no reason to go up and sort of try and convince you otherwise. And she's, I think that the girl's probably just using her imagination and so why should we? I mean, I understand that the 16-year-old doesn't like birds. Okay, fine, whatever. Great. You're a bird hater. Fine. Go for it. I mean, he's not hurting any birds per se, so fine. Um, but why would you convince people not to care for their pets? To say, oh, well, that's just, you know, she's not going to get bullied at school. Come on. Like, when's she gonna, if she's gonna like, go to school, she's probably going to have a parrot with her if that's ever an issue. And man, she will be popular if she takes a parrot to school. Yeah, I tell my cat I love her all the time. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, so I don't own a pet, mostly because my wife is insanely allergic to both dogs and cats, which is really unfortunate. But that's what happens sometimes. You jealous of a parrot, dude? Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. Infamous Control. I kind of agree. He sounds like he's jealous of a parrot. Who's jealous of a parrot? Come on now, it's a parrot. Oh, he gets all this love and attention, dude. Stop being an asshole, and you may get the same. Just saying. Just saying. It's entirely possible the bird understands her at least somewhat. Yes, exactly what I was saying. Yeah, even if you don't understand the words, you pick up tone, subtext, etc. Yes, exactly. I know which of my dog's barks mean food versus which means play, and I know if my cat just saw something interesting in the other room. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I think Reddit's coming down hard on the 16-year-old. Dude. Yes. Big man mama, yes, you own a cocaine bear. Yeah, absolutely. 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 Um, yeah, you talk to your cocaine bear and all it ever parrots is get me more cocaine. That's all it ever says. I know. I know. Life's hard for a cocaine bear. Yeah, I agree with you people on the poll. Post needs to learn some respect. Respect for your sister and respect for your pets. Like, okay, you live in a family, right? That family has taken on a pet. It is a member of the family. You're allergic to cats, but you get immune if you live with one. Take an antihistamine every day. I'm allergic to freaking nuts. Yeah, no, I get you, Snedra, but it's sort of it's really really bad allergy. It's just yeah, totally terrible. And she's lived in houses with cats and she hasn't gotten used to it, so it's just not feasible. I mean, it's not like she'll die or anything, but just sniffles every day. Teary eyes every day is not nice. It just isn't nice. So pet owners also way over. Some do. I think that's a broad statement, Karyam. I really think it is. I think some do, some don't. Um, I don't know about that. I do think there is definitely a substantial connection between pets and their owners. Like really, it But if you're in a family and they take on a pet, that's now a member of the family. I'm really sorry, but that's the case. It may not be sort of on the same level as a human that you've birthed or whatever, but it's still you've adopted a pet. Like it's just you're going to have to respect that animal in your family because you've sort of agreed to care for it. I mean, I'm not like, don't get me wrong. I'm not, coming down on him because he doesn't want to really have anything to do with the parrot because he doesn't like birds. That's fine. It's just, some sort of trying to convince his sister not to play with it is kind of a bit much. It's a bit much. South Gold. South Gold. Am I the asshole for telling my mum she can stay in my house, but not my stepdad or his son's family? Okay, so what does that make you? That's your stepbrother? So, depends on the reason, really. Depends on the reason. Do they steal stuff? Are they thieves? Are they thieves? My dad died when I was 5, and my mum married my stepdad around 3 years later. So she remarried when he was 8. He had 2 kids as well, a boy that was 3 years older than me and a daughter that was 2 years younger. And he always treated them better than he treated me. Well, that's up to him. I mean, you have a relationship, but I mean, can you really get angry at somebody for treating their biological kids better than they treat their stepkids? I mean, probably not the best, but I kind of, I don't know. I don't know about that. My mum was a stay-at-home mum and never worked. He held the fact that he saved us from poverty over our heads. Well, I mean, you're sort of poisoning the well here, like setting him up as being a horrible person straight from the bat. How did he do that? Like, what makes you think he did that? Things didn't get really bad until my half brother was born. He's 8 years younger than me, and I think part of the reason why they got married in the first place. Okay, it's your half brother. All right. When he turned 3, they moved him into my room, and then when he was 6, my stepfather decided he deserved his own room, so he took my room, and I started living out of the living room. The what? Wait, so is this like a Harry Potter situation? What's going on here? He took your room and you had to live out in the living room. I slept on the couch and all my clothes were stuffed into a coat closet. Any clothes that didn't fit in the tiny closet were donated away. Then when I turned 16, my stepdad demanded I get a job and start paying rent. My older stepbrother was taking a gap year before college and didn't have to do that. The only one that was at all decent was my stepsister, who even begged her dad to let me stay in her room. He refused, which I don't blame her for because it would definitely be inappropriate for a 17-year-old boy to share a room with a 16-year-old girl. I'm not sure that, okay, not sure why that's inappropriate, but okay. When I graduated from high school, my stepfather told me he would not be paying for my college. A year before, he had agreed to pay for my stepbrother's college entirely. I was able to get a few scholarships and loans to pay for college, as well as the money I'd saved from working. I had enough for my first year, so I left. I met my now wife in my first year, and she's the only reason why I'm where I am today. Her parents were also wonderful, and after our first year, they took me into their own home and helped me pay for the rest of college. Her dad helped me get my first job and invested in my business at the beginning. My business has really grown since then. I've become very wealthy. My stepbrother ended up getting a girl pregnant in 3rd year of college, dropped out, and still lives with my stepfather and mum and his now wife and 3 kids. Since I still need to see my mum, my wife and I purchased 2 houses in my hometown. We rent out one and use the other whenever I go visit. Well, he is doing well, isn't he? Well, the last few years have been really bad for my stepdad. He had to close down his business over COVID and some other things. So they're flat broke now. They still need to sell the house to cover their debts. My mum knows about the house I own and asked me if I could move in. I told her that she can. My stepfather and stepbrother's family can't. My mum was very upset about this. My stepfather called me a lot of names, but mainly just ungrateful and heartless. My wife thinks that I should just agree, since it'd be hard on my mum to be away from her husband and making my stepbrother and his family homeless. Am I the arsehole? Wow, this is one of the longest I've ever seen. This is long. Mark, these are not not siblings or half siblings, but step siblings. Non-existent deity, bless your innocent heart. It would be inappropriate for sure. Okay, all right. Well, I will take that as given. All right, it would be inappropriate. Fair enough. That's fair enough. Edit. I'm going to put this here because I put in a few comments. The main reason my stepfather has so much debt is because of my stepsister's illness. I also helped pay for a medical cost. She has since passed away. My stepfather still has significant debt from those expenses. Yeah, so America, right? Like where you can be absolutely financially ruined over an illness. That's terrible. I hate that about you guys' system. It's just like people are petrified of getting sick or having anything happen to them. There's no social safety net to say, hey, if you have hard times, I'm going to, the state will help you. It's the fear that you guys have to live in. It breaks my heart, honestly. You shouldn't be afraid of getting sick or seeing a doctor or any of that kind of stuff. You shouldn't be afraid of going to prison. Like I was talking with some people and they sort of said, no, I wouldn't risk going to prison because and it's just like, dude, you guys are petrified of going to prison. Like I don't worry on a regular basis about it, but it seems like, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm misinterpreting things, but it seems like Americans, they're just absolutely petrified of it. And it's like, wow, you don't have to be afraid, or you ought not have to be afraid of it. But I get it. The prison system is absolutely horrible, and the police are absolutely horrible. So yeah, she was the reason why I got in regular contact with my family, but now I just want to be in my mother's life. A lot of people blame my mum, but please put yourself in her shoes for a moment. She's an immigrant woman with no friends or family in the country, barely spoke the language, low wage job. That being said, I'm going to talk to her about her relationship with my stepfather. I'm going to make sure to let her know that I will support her if she wants to divorce him, but I will not agree to any situation where his son might be living in the house I own. Also, some people have spoken ill of my wife for taking their side. My wife is an extremely generous person, and she personally thinks that I would be right to cut off contact with my family completely. She thinks I'm going to remain in contact. I should make full effort in it. Part of the reason why I was questioning whether I was doing wrong was because of what my stepfather said regarding my stepsister. He made the point that she would have been disappointed that I wasn't helping my family. Oh, come on, dude. My wife, this guy's like, I'm going to validate everything I think in this series of paragraphs. I'm going to validate as much as possible. Holy crap. My sister, like my wife, is extremely generous. She did volunteer work in. Okay, family is extremely important. Look, okay, so here's my take. You're being an asshole, and here's why. The fact that somebody did something that you didn't like when you were a kid, and I agree, it was a terrible thing to do. It means that you're being an asshole too. It doesn't mean that it's justified, because what you're essentially doing is you're basically saying, well, you're trying to, or you're having the outcome of making your mother not be able to stay with your stepfather. and that's not the right thing to do. Yeah, I agree, Big Bad Mama. I'm worried that I'm agreeing with you a lot. Stepfather's an asshole, but the son should rent the house out. Yeah, fortunately, the rest of the people come with the package. Yeah, they're married. Like, what do you expect your mum to do? Like, just go, well, I'm going to live here by myself, and your dad is going to live somewhere else and not come along. Like, what do you expect out of them here? So yeah, you're being an asshole. Your stepdad's an asshole, but that doesn't excuse you being the asshole. Mental illness, unfortunately, does get high rates of incarceration. Yeah, I believe it. Tux, I believe it. Yeah, unbelievable. Yes, Hovend is right. The end of the world is nigh. I love that he's been kicked off YouTube. I'm gonna Yeah, I got to kick that man as many times as possible when he's down. I really have to. Seriously, he is an awful person, an awful, awful, awful person. And if we could dump Matt Powell off YouTube, I would be even happier. I would be ecstatic. And so let's hope for that one too. I think Beansy was starting a poll to to um say thanks to YouTube for kicking him off. Who do you mean, Beamsy? Who do you which one? I know Matt Powell is, which is just crazy, to be honest with you. I think that, you know, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable. That man's still on YouTube with all of the sort of hate speech that he does. It's absolutely unusual. Ken has two other channels. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Matt Powell was banned from Ireland. That's good. So you guys know what's up. That's awesome. That's awesome. Is always creating new channels. Two have been removed. Yeah, I know two's been removed. Well, yeah, I was aware of Genesis Baptist Church kind of thing. Doc Dino? Oh, really? Seriously? Do I have to? Do I have to? Well, it depends what he got sort of kicked for, really. It depends what the reason was. Because if he was kicked for buying subs, it's probably just the channel that got booted. But if he was barred for sort of hate speech, he probably no, that is not the one. He probably, if he got banned for hate speech, then he's probably, he's been banned rather than you know than his channel's been banned. But yeah, I can't find the Doc Dino one. How yeah. Doc Dino. Yeah, he's that. Oh, what? He just doesn't go away, does he? It's every time we give this notice. See, do I have two? No, you don't. Yeah, no, I don't. You're right. You're right. You're right. Let's not sub for my. Yeah, no, let's not sub. You're helping the algorithm. Look, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Relax. It will be fine. Look, he's gonna do something else to get himself kicked off. Like he can't help himself. I mean, it's the Hovenator. He's his own worst enemy, quite frankly. Not the asshole. I don't know why you bother to have a relationship with your mother. Well, I mean, that's your mother. I can't blame somebody for keeping in contact with your mother. It's kind of one of those things. You are not making the homeless. They have done that all by themselves. Well, it sounds like COVID had a bit of an influence as well. Look, you know, being homeless is so horrible. It is one of the most horrible things to happen to people. And here's the thing: if you don't like the way that your stepdad treats you, right? No, you're fine, Math Pig. You're absolutely fine, mate. No, no, you're perfectly fine. It's you think it's going to help the algorithm? Totally granted. Yeah, absolutely. No, I get you, mate. It's all fine. Um, but this guy, right? Like, if you don't like your relationship with them, then sit down and say, "Hey, I don't like the way you treat me," or I would prefer if you treated me better in these kind of situations, kind of thing. If he's still treating me badly, I will allow you to take this house because it is his house. But I would like you to act in a certain way and provide me with respect, kind of thing. Um, if you feel you are not being respected and somebody is asking you for a favor, it is not being an asshole to say, well, I will accede to this, but in exchange, I will require you to be more respectful towards me if I am going out of my way to help you. I don't think that is an unreasonable demand on somebody. And it's not really a demand. It's just basically saying, hey, if you're going to disrespect me every time I come round the house, I'm not going to give my house to you. If you're going to disrespect me no matter what I do, why am I doing something nice for you? It's coming to that compromise of, hey, if you want me to respect you as a person enough to do this for you, you've got to respect me as a person. And if you can't point out where he's disrespecting you, and it was all when you're a kid, well, it's kind of, you can bring it up with him and say, hey, I didn't like this a while ago, but I wouldn't hold that against him now, especially because homelessness is so bad. Like, it's so bad. I don't think you can imagine how bad it is. Your stepdad abused you. Good mind making it clear you weren't considered abusive. Yeah, light abuse, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel the same, really. Yeah, I mean, you can be compassionate to them. I still think you're an asshole. I think, you know, I think it is just sort of a revenge kind of thing. Like I still feel angry about what happened to me in the past. I'm going to take it out on you. But in a roundabout way, you're also taking it out on your mum as well, which maybe valid, may not be. Yeah, Beamsy, that's fair enough. Yeah, no, I get you, mate. But at a certain point, it is just being vindictive. I don't think being vindictive really gets you anywhere. Like it seems like, hey, I'm gonna feel better if I just, make this person. And you might for a little bit, but all you're doing is creating more trouble. Being a landlord is going to create a whole lot more potential for problems. Well, that's true. Yeah, I mean, you can't be a landlord to somebody and not have to pull them up on things. ask for rent, do all kinds of things, right, Hill Hugger? I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. But as opposed to sort of leaving them homeless, I've made my decision. I think everyone's an asshole. Quite frankly, I think your stepdad was an asshole. That doesn't mean that you aren't being an asshole. You're still being incredibly petty and vindictive, and maybe that's your intention. But you can't be petty and vindictive, and then say, "Oh, but I'm not being an asshole." Look, if you want to be an asshole, be an asshole. But like, really, just wear it, embrace it. There's a no-win situation for the OP. What do you mean, Beamsy? I mean, I think no-win's a bit strong. My vote was right for once. Well, yeah, I mean, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Or as we say in Australia, the sun's got to shine on a dog's ass once in a while. Yeah, Hill Hugger, I do have sympathy for the poster, but yeah, everyone's being an asshole, and that look, he may want to be an asshole to pay back his father for being an asshole. Doesn't mean you're not an asshole. Like it is, you're still an asshole for doing it. I think so Far Hurry 4439 Far Hurry. Am I the asshole for buying my kid food he likes when his stepsister is allergic? No, not really. No. No, unless you're not buying her anything. For her to suffer any effects, she has to eat the food in question. I just want to make that clear. She is also 16 and old enough to understand. 16, okay. I have 3 kids that live with me and my wife. My son, 13, my stepson, 12, and my stepdaughter, 16. We have only been living together for about 8 months now. With school and everything, it was easier for my wife to maintain her own home until Bean got married. What? I'm sorry. What? Bean got what? With school and everything, it was easier for my wife to maintain her own home until Bean got married last summer. That's some new form of English that I don't understand. Bean got married last summer. Yes, I been got married myself a while ago. Yes. My stepdaughter has a few moderate allergies to some foodstuffs. Her mum dealt with it by not having it around, not even for a son who is not allergic. Before we got married and talked about everything because we are so set in our ways, she mentioned her daughter's allergies and that was it. I still buy food for my son. We both enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoy food too. I think most people enjoy food. Is there anyone here that doesn't enjoy food? Who hates food? Like seriously, who hates food around here? I sometimes write things when I rephrase it, forget to make sure I backspaced everything. Yeah, Marina, I get what you mean. I get exactly what you mean. You do this sentence that's like, oh yeah, how will I do it? And then you forget to delete one of the options. But usually your word processor will tell you if that's um, yeah. Everyone loves food. Everyone loves food. We enjoy it. My stepson is also taking up eating it on a regular basis. I'm sorry. I still buy that food. Yeah, he's talking about the food that the sister or the daughter is allergic to. Yesterday, I had an argument with my wife. Our daughter is upset that we are getting special food that she can't have and eating it where she can see. She wants me to stop buying it. Well, no, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I Um, Marina, I hate it so much I try to destroy the food I can with my mouth. Yes, yes. Hide the evidence. Eat it. Hide that evidence. I said, no, it's food. It's actually pretty healthy. And I'm not going to deprive 3 people to placate her. I offered to add some money to the food budget so she could get special treats. That's actually nice. There you go. She said I was missing the point. She thinks I am being cruel by excluding our daughter. I don't think I am. Kid is just going to have to be around people eating this stuff when she goes to university or a job. She is just used to this food being banned in their home and school. At school because other people have much more severe reactions to it. Yes, I don't think he's being an asshole. Like, this is the thing. If you're allergic to something, you've got to be around that other people who aren't allergic consuming that thing. That's just you can't expect people to. Oh, hello! I didn't realize that, Morena. And if I am mispronouncing your name, please tell me. But it's so good to see you. I didn't know that was you. I certainly will keep it in mind. I love your picture avatar. That's really cool. Yeah, so you've got an allergy to things. People are going to be eating that stuff. That's just a fact of life. It's going to happen. There's no way around it. Like, that's just what happens. You go to some place, you can't have something, and other people can. I understand it sucks because it sucks, right? There's something you can't have that um, other people are having, and you can't have it. It sucks. But that's not the fault of anybody, including yourself. Like, it's not your fault that you're allergic to it, but it's not other people's fault you're allergic to it either. You've got to grow up now, honey, and realize that there are things that you won't be able to have that other people can, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's called reality. Yeah, Titan says, I live on the Freeling Gulf Coast. I don't know where that is. Freeling Gulf Coast, and I am seafood sensitive. Should I tell people they can't have crabs and shrimp? Look, if you could get rid of people getting crabs, I would appreciate it. But apart from that, yeah, that's the whole point. It sucks, right? It sucks that you can't have the things that other people are having. Yeah, it just sucks. You've got to accept that. Like, that sucks. Accept it, because you can't expect other people to change their lives for things that you personally are allergic to. Even dogs and cats. Are you going to go around someone's house and saying, hey, don't have a dog because I'm allergic to it? No, you can't do that. Prowling is a cuss word for a sci-fi. Oh, which sci-fi show? I prefer smegging, to be honest with you, because I'm a fan of Red Dwarf. So I like the smeg, your smeg head. Um, I don't know how to pronounce my name yet. I stole it from the rogue from Diablo 1. Oh, okay. Wait, the rogue? Diablo 1. First Diablo. So apparently they're called Bloodraven, originally known as Morena. Interesting. I completed that game on a PlayStation 2, I think. That was good old PlayStation 2. Fantastic. Interesting. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. I like it. I like it. Farscape. Yes, yes. Farscape. That was made in Australia. That was all right. I didn't watch a lot of it, but it was Jim Henson, wasn't it? He made a lot of the puppets for Farscape and did all that kind of stuff. Red Dwarf is good. Yes, yes. Yeah, I think the daughter is being a complete ass, to be honest with you. I really do. I think that she needs to grow up and realize that, and kind of the mother as well. Like you can't just go, well, I'm going to ban all these things um, from my house because just my daughter is allergic to it. That's not a solution to anything. It's just not a solution. It's basically pandering to one person in the household. Someone in the household. I get that maybe you don't want it out in front of everybody, like eating it in front of her, kind of thing. I get that, but it's a food asshole. It sounds like, to me, it sounds like the 16-year-old just doesn't feel included, kind of thing. They feel excluded from something. I think that sort of maybe rotating what you're eating with your son, and sort of include the daughter in it as well, kind of thing. Maybe that would help, but you can't expect people to sort of bow to your allergies and bow to your wants and desires, just because you can't have it. It's not cool. Not cool, 16-year-old girl. But mind you, I mean, 16-year-old girls, they're usually pretty selfish anyway, to be honest with you. The ones that I've met at university anyway, they're just freaking me. So maybe she'll grow up. I think as she gets older, she'll realize that she can't determine what other people are eating because of her own allergies. I think maybe she'll wake up. Maybe. My son's godmother was so severely allergic to seafood she would react if she went into a place where it had been cooked even a week later. Okay, that's insanely allergic. Yeah, OP is doing a great job by offering specific snacks for the stepdaughter to eat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I kind of agree with my hair is on fire. I know my hair's on fire too. She's less than 2 years from being an adult, and the world does not resolve around her and her allergies. Yeah, totally, totally. Hello, Aussie Gold. 2:22 p.m. Wednesday. Yes, we are from the future, and you're from the future of me too. She's old enough not to eat it. Yeah. You know what? It's probably hard enough to feed your son without the poster is the person that wrote the message, kind of thing. So in this case, the poster would be the father who is buying these treats for the son, and sort of says to the daughter, um, "Can do you want any other snacks?" kind of thing. I can increase the food budget. So Nanalu, in this case, the poster is whoever wrote this basically is the poster. Man, people are allergic to all kinds of. Is there anything that people aren't allergic to? Like somebody in the world isn't allergic to? EpiPen. So she doesn't have an EpiPen. She just gets a rash and indigestion if she eats it. Okay. That still sucks. Like, I get that still sucks. Yeah, I kind of agree with Reddit. Not an asshole at all. Yeah. Yeah, no worries, Nanalu. I get it. It's kind of yeah. And don't worry about messing up the poll. Like there's people out there not naming any names Titan who are going to try to mess it up anyway. So, you know, it's more for my sort of amusement than anything else, to be honest with you. So, you know, look, I'm only here for myself. Like, don't get me wrong. I love you guys, but I'm only here to hear myself speak. Basically, you know that, right? You all know that. I mean, you came in knowing that, right? Hmm. But I do love that you're here. I love hanging out with you. All right. Well, I think I'll do one more and get an early close. Poster has done nothing wrong. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, I'm staying home. Yeah, yeah. But I'll do one more and then love you and leave you. I did enjoy telling you about my city today. I don't know. I have a love hate relationship with my city. Yeah, hit 1,000 subs so he can get super chats and I can bribe his wifey to oil the dome. Look, if I get 1,000 subs, I will probably oil my dome. You'll see a dome oiling. Look, if that gets me to 1,000 subs, sure, sure. You should try sorting by controversial. There's a controversial sorting button. Where is this button? Where is this button? Hot. Where is this controversial button? Morena, where? Tell me. I think I was fix there where it says top. Okay, all right. I'll give that a try. Thank you. Don't go leaving the internet just shy of 1K like a certain soy boy that shall remain unnamed. Okay, why do I feel like you're just about to name them? But I'm not leaving the internet. I've got my debates to do, and I love my debates. It's just, I'm just doing this because I feel like it. I feel like it. Um, I do debate because I feel like it. I don't have like an overarching plan to take over the internet or whatever. I really don't. All that I love doing debate. I really enjoy it. I love seeing all of you. If you know, you know. Lol. Okay, well I don't know. Look, Maya, I don't know anything. Seriously, I am the last person to know about literally anything. Like seriously, I am oblivious to stuff. So um I don't know. I don't have that nose for gossip. Everything just passes me by, and somebody will go, "Hey, you heard about this?" And I'm like, "No, I never hear about anything." Like I don't know what it is. I don't know. I just don't have a nose for drama and stuff. I don't like drama. Drama's too dramatic for me. It's just eh. Even the Hoven stuff is kind of a bit overly dramatic for me. I'm going to upvote this. Am I the asshole because I make my wife dig through the trash? What? I've just been on the internet too long. Hey, look, no, hang on. I've been on the internet for a long time. I've been on the internet for a very long time. When I started on the internet, you had to enter the IP address manually, kind of thing. Like you actually had there was no URL system up and running. No DNS servers at all. You actually had to enter the IP address of where you wanted to visit. That's when I started. I am a internet veteran. I will not say my wife is OCD. Why do I feel like he's kind of saying his wife is OCD? Because I have no training to make such a diagnosis. Well, that's fair, I guess. She is, however, incredibly anal about so much stuff. Okay. Okay. No, look, it used to all be the dark web, Beamsy. It used to all be dark web. Before DNS got up and running, it was all dark web. I can deal with most of it. There is really only one thing that bugs me, just one. She doesn't understand that the soap dispensers need to be refilled. What? Like, okay. Why wouldn't somebody understand that? There is a bathroom just inside the back door that I use on my way to the house. I like to use it, then wash my hands and my face after a long day at work or after a day of work in the garage or on the yard. It's actually quite nice. I think that's kind of cuter than what it sounds like, right? He likes to come in, take a big dump, and then wash his face and hands and stuff. Look, I am not going to hassle somebody's attention to hygiene. Like I am not going to shame somebody for being hygienic. Look, as a guy, right, and other guys can back me up on this. The amount of people not washing their smegging hands when they like urinate and go take a dump is unfathomably high. Like the guys that just don't. Not only do they not use soap, like, and I use soap every time because there's soap there. It takes like 2 seconds to get some soap. Like you just push the thing and you've got soap on your hand. That's like, to somebody living in the ancient world, that's like a miracle, right? That's insane. Like you just push a button and you get like this cleaning stuff that cleans your hand of things that will cause you to get sick. To somebody who's living in like ancient Middle East, that is insane. Like, and people just don't do it. And not only that, they don't even put water on their hands. Like they just zip up and walk on out. And you know they are, because you're standing at the urinal, you're just standing there, like just contemplating life while you're emptying your bladder, and you'll just see this guy go whoop whoop and straight out the door, and you're like, wait, I work here. I've been shaking people's hands today. What the hell? Like seriously? Um, it's I wanna do something. Like okay, now I'm gonna change my purpose on the internet. It's not to amuse me anymore. It's to get people to wash their freaking hands. Yeah. That obviously that would seem magical as well. You just wave your hand under and water comes out. But what I'm saying is that you were told that shaking is all that's required. Mayor, do not reinforce this practice. Apparently, shaking is all that's required to erase all germs. I hope this isn't your opinion. I hope you're relaying some utter like nonsense that's been told to you. Because seriously, I anyway, look, don't shame people for hygiene. No hygiene shaming, okay? If someone wants to be hygienic, more power to them. More power to them. This requires soap. Well, yeah, I mean, duh, but sure. My wife likes liquid soap dispensers. Sure, I like liquid soap dispensers. No problem, I can live with that. Except when they are empty and she forgets to refill them. Okay. Why don't you refill them? Why don't you refill them? I don't understand. Why is that your wife's job? I don't like what? So I have to use another bathroom in the house. Or you could just refill them yourself. If you're using that bathroom, why don't you frigging refill them? I don't. You're acting like this is your wife's purpose in life. What are you doing? Then she gives me shit for bringing dirt into the house or not refilling the fucking soap dispenser that you keep using. I bought a sleeve of bars of soap to keep in that bathroom. She threw them away because bats of soap, I presume means bars, bats of soap are gross. They're not gross, but definitely very, very less hygienic than liquid soap. Sure, less hygienic, but they're still fine. I mean, I'm not gonna. Told by whom? Maya says every man in my life. Well, technically, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Whether you mean like every partner you've had, but I'm a man in your life, Maya, and I can tell you that is gross and it is not true. Um, I bought replacement dispensers. She gave me shit for wasting money on refillable soap dispensers. Oh, okay. So you bought dispensers that can, like, more dispensers. And then she said, just fill up the ones that we have. Yeah, dude, just fill up. She buys liquid soap by the gallon, but she doesn't store the stockpile in the same place all the time. And when I go looking, she gives me shit for disorganizing her pantry storeroom. So now when I run out of soap, I just toss the dispenser in the garbage and go get one from the other bathroom. Then when she gets home, she gets upset because she has to dig the dispenser out of the garbage to refill it. I've asked her to leave me a gallon of soaking in the bathroom. She won't. I bought my own gallon of soap. She found it and hid it wherever she hides that shit. She says I'm being an ass by throwing away the dispensers. I say it's her fault for not refilling them. I even drew a line on the one in my bathroom so I can give her a few weeks warning that I need a refill. Oh, wow. All right. All right, let's pass this, like, seriously. Let's pass this. So basically the problem seems to be that he doesn't know where the liquid soap is. Essentially, he doesn't know where the liquid soap. She's hiding the liquid soap, and he has to look round for it. Marina, I am 100% with you. I am 100% with you. It sounds like the marriage will go deeper, and so many of these. You look at them and you go, okay, just a bit more communication would do you wonders, and probably solve your problem. I look, if you can just agree with your wife on where to put the liquid soap, it sounds like your problems are over. But the thing is, here's the thing: if you go into it, um, as you haven't refilled the soap kind of thing, of course that's going to start a bad conversation. That's just going to be a horrible conversation straight off the bat because you're sort of going in accusing. It's not cool. It sounds like the major problem to solve everything is that she puts the soap in different places and you would like to be able to find it. That's essentially what the problem is. Because if that problem's solved, you can refill the soap. You don't have to blame her for that anymore. and then you can take your your glory dump with the face washing and the hygienic washing, and be happy. um I don't. Yeah, so just having an agreement on where you're going to keep the soap, like, and it sounds like she's incredibly organized. So if you just come up with a system like, oh, I'm gonna get this container, we can put the liquid soap in there, it's always in the same place, kind of thing. If she's moving it around, then take that up with her. Say, hey, I would like to refill these things and help you. um, so how to talk to your wife in a way that, um, that you can get across what you feel while not starting a fight, right? How to discuss something with your wife, right? Because going in there and going, you keep hiding the soap and you never refill the soap. That's a fight. That's just a fight. There's no way that's not a fight. It just is. But if you can say something like, "Hey, when I can't refill the soap, it makes me feel upset because I don't know where it is, and I would like to have it filled. What I would prefer is that if we keep the soap in a place that's there every time, and I can help set up this place, then you won't have to do the filling of that bathroom, and I'll be in a lot better mood when I come in." Right? So the way that I was sort of taught it was that you sort of had, um, you sort of outline what is happening without referencing the person. So instead of saying, "Hey, when you don't refill the soap, this happens to me." It's probably, what you don't want to do. What you probably want to do is say something like, "Hey, when we're out of soap, it makes me feel upset." Right? When we're out of soap in this bathroom, it makes me feel upset. And then you sort of state a preference of how you would like things, what you want to have, what your goal is out of it. Like, if we can keep it in a the same place, I'll feel a lot happy. And then follow up saying what the benefit for both of you is, what you'll get out of this solution, right? And part of it is, hey, I'll be happier when I come in, and you won't have to worry about refilling it. There's benefits to this. There's benefits to solving every problem in a relationship, every single problem. All you need to do is be able to frame the solution, as a solution, instead of accusing people and telling them what they're doing wrong. Um, what you want to do is sort of say, "Hey, there's this situation, and it makes me feel like however you feel," and be honest and open about that. And then say, "Hey, what I would prefer is this solution." And then we can have this solution in place and all the benefits that will confer on us. And every single time, this is the better way to talk to your significant other, instead of accusing them of doing something wrong. Um, Number one, they may not know they're doing something wrong. Number two, it may be just habit or the way that they've always done it, and they don't sort of, they're kind of feeling like they expect you to go around it. But that's how I was taught, and it's worked for me over many years of being with my partner. So I think there's and I think I totally agree. I think Marina called it. There's probably a lot more there than, just some soap. It's probably a lot of things piled up, and we have a tendency to do that, right? We kind of we kind of um we kind of we let things we hold our tongues about small things, right? But they don't go away. That's the thing. Like you sort of go, oh well, she's doing this, and well, I'm just going to ignore it because I don't want the fight, kind of thing. But the problem is that builds up until there's something that's just totally trivial, like soap, and you just lose your mind over it. Upvote for soap opera. Yes. Yes, upvote for soap opera. Absolutely. Absolutely. Why can't I upvote that? Yeah. Soap opera. And it's kind of, to be honest with you, it sounds like it's this person's had his things built up. He says he doesn't mind sort of her being very anal about things, but it sounds like it's coming out with his soap. The soap is just the tip of the iceberg. I feel like I was watching a crappy 70s sitcom. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't think the wife should have like thrown away the soap. Like, I mean, why throw away soap? That seems really weird. Soap's great. Soap's great. You know what? And here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is one of my major things, right? If and this is a religious thing, but if God wanted to help his people, why didn't he put a recipe for soap in the Bible, right? Because out of all the inventions that humans have made, soap has probably saved more lives than any other invention in the world. Like, literally, soap has saved an incalculable amount of lives, like just so many, by just people being able to wash their hands before doing things, essentially, or after doing things. Just able to hygienically take the germs from their hand. It has probably solved so many problems with health, going, and there's not even a mention of it. Yeah, Marina, I get that he told his followers to wash their hands, not to wash their hands. Yeah, I'm not sure he did, to be honest with you. Was that true? Is that true? That's even worse. Holding to the tradition of the elders, when they come from the marketplace, they do not eat unless they wash their hands. No, it's he said that, you need to cleanse your hands or wash your hands. But I mean, the whole point is that um, God apparently knows everything. Look, why not put a recipe for soap in the Bible? Like, seriously, if you want to do the best for your people, if you want to help them as much as possible, all you need to do is include a recipe for soap, and you will save millions, if not billions, of lives. Like, it is just a fundamentally simple thing to do. Soap's so easy. It's just lye, fat, and some fragrances. That's it. It is insanely simple to make. Um, Soap, dentistry, plumbing. Yeah, absolutely, Titan. Brush your teeth, kind of thing, with a stick made out of elm and some horsehair. Like, it needn't be complicated. Just something simple. I get you. The other one is penicillin. Why not just say, hey, leave bread out and let it mold build up, then treat wounds with it? You know what I mean? Like, that's penicillin. That that will actually stop the horrible deaths. Um, Tradition of the elders instead of eating their food with unclean hands. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know about that. I have no idea. Um, yeah, you could well be right. You could well be right. Hill Hugger says, Matt, the problem is germs are Eve's fault. Yeah, yeah, the fall of man, right? It's not the germs that we found through science. No, it's some dude ate an apple ages ago. Yeah, that's totally it. No, that's yeah. Let's forget modern science and germ theory and stuff. Let's just blame a snake convincing a dude to eat an apple, a talking snake convincing a dude to eat an apple. Sure, sure, sure. Anyway, there's like as Titan pointed out, there are a million things you could put in the Bible that would make everybody's lives of that era so much better. And soap is so simple to make. It's so simple, and it just it's just the reason why it's not in the Bible is because the people didn't know about it. They didn't know about it. That's all. That's the only explanation. They didn't know what soap was. It hadn't been discovered, hadn't been invented. It just, but a God knows about it. Like, you can't say, hey, but they didn't know about it. But yeah, but God did, presumably. If he's omniscient, he should have known about soap. But apparently he didn't think it was good enough. Yeah, but not in that area and not at that time. Not at that time. Yeah. The Romans used oils. They used to oil themselves and then scrape the oil off, kind of thing. They didn't have soap in that area at that time. So yeah, sucks to be them. Yeah, well, it's a little more complicated than that, Morena. I mean, you're basically talking about lye, which is the ashes that have been sort of it is ashes, but it is has to be treated in water. I'm pretty sure they did have soap. Well, I mean, I'm happy to be corrected, but as far as I knew, they did not. So, I think that was a later thing. They were part of the Roman Empire, and the Romans used oil. They used to oil themselves and have scrapers to scrape off the oil. Uh, yeah, so I believe soap came later. Um, I could be wrong, but I believe soap came later. I guess why not? If they did have it, why not put it in the Bible then? Like, why not sort of say, hey, use this before you eat your food? Oops. Oh, they could well have done. But why not put it in the Bible? Why not say, hey, use this stuff, kind of thing? Like if you're going to put prescriptions like what the priests are going to be wearing and things, why not put in there, hey, here is the principle of hygiene. Use this before you eat a meal because it will save you from disease. Like that's the kind of thing that would be helpful. But no, why not say, hey, moldy bread creates a substance that will kill bacteria? I don't, yeah, basics of germ theory. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's not exactly, I can't, a 100%. Oh, well, that's Christianity debunked, but it just is one of those things that I kind of, if I was a god, that's what I would do, right? If I was a god with all the knowledge of the universe and I was writing a holy book, I would say, hey, here's these things that will help you immeasurably. Use them, use them before you eat, use it before after you are out in the field, kind of thing. I just, it's just weird to me. It's weird, that's all. I find it odd. I find it odd. But I mean, I am a god, just not the big G god as opposed to a little G god. you know you know how it is. You know how that be. Yeah, so I don't yeah, I don't think this guy is an asshole per se. I just think he's bad communicating. That's all. I think he's obviously frustrated. I don't think anyone's an asshole really. I just think they're bad at communicating. Yeah, ancient Babylon. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, still, my point still stands. Why not put it in the actual Bible? Is the whole point? Why not include a recipe of the Bible for that? Is my point. Anyway, let's get this poll back, and I will call it. Everyone is horrible. Well, thanks, Titan. Thanks for messing up my poll, Titan. Thanks. I'm going to blame you. No, I don't think anyone's really to blame for this. I think it's just a marital spat that sort of, just nobody's really insane. I don't think anyone's, doing anything. I don't think she's OCD or she's doing anything that wrong. Oh, really? Jeremiah 2, hey? Am I going to be totally wrong on this? Yeah, it's not really. It's just saying, although you wash yourself. Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, there's something in there. Although you wash yourself with soap and abundance of cleansing powder, the stain of your guilt is still before me. That's not exactly a recipe for soap and how to use it and when to use it. Yeah, and that's basically saying, hey, no soap can cleanse you of your sin, kind of thing. It's not exactly a heartening endorsement for the product and how to use it to stop you from dying, kind of thing. But anyway, that's we're sort of getting sidetracked. But that's okay. That's okay. We're here to get sidetracked. But I will keep that in mind. Jeremiah 2. I will keep that in mind. No, you're not really. See, the thing is, he's not really making his wife dig through the trash. It's just she chooses to because she can't leave these refillable soap dispensers in the trash. And I mean, that's another benefit you can tell her. Like, if I know where the refillable soap is, you won't have to dig through the trash. It's another benefit for you. But yeah, that was good. I like that. You're not yourself. You don't make your wife dig through the trash at all. At all. But thank you for joining me. Yeah, I always have fun doing these. I always enjoy it. The issue is not soap, but the rather failure mentioned germ theory. Yeah, it would have been easy for a god to say, hey, there's these tiny things that you can't see that sort of, attack you, and these things can prevent it, kind of thing. That's it. That's all you need to say. You can call them demons or whatever, but just sort of saying, hey, using soap, keeping this clean, doing this. But never mind. I mean, I would have done that if I was a god, or if I was God, I would have done that. But you know, not everybody's a big G god, and that's okay. I'm sorry, I just love the idea of big G and little G gods. I heard it the other day, and I just found it so amusing that I've had to repeat it every opportunity I get since. It's actually hilarious. But thank you so much for joining me. Um, I've had a lot of had a lot of fun. I love doing these because I love looking at these ridiculous situations that have no consequence really. There's no real consequence in them. It's just people fighting over petty stuff. But I think that whenever you have the chance, even if someone's been an asshole to you, being an asshole to them isn't going to help you. Like, it is not, there's nothing really that you get out of it. Even, sort of sense of satisfaction. It's not really worth what you sort of bring down. And I'm just saying that to annoy Big Bad Mama, really, who's very vengeful and wants to take vengeance on the world for their slights. But if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I'm actually sort of climbing up the ranks, thanks mostly to the debates, which is great, and I love it. I love seeing new people come in. Um, um, I really love that people are coming in to disagree. I'm thinking of doing an open room sometime. I want to look at when other people are doing theirs and try not to step on them, kind of thing. I really think that a lot of people just put them up and they sort of clash with others and stuff. So I'd be lucky to get a spot, but all good. And I love to see you all. Be kind to each other and to yourselves. Don't forget to give a like. Oh yeah. Sorry, Maya. Yeah, absolutely. I am going to be on Neil's channel this weekend on the 18th, I believe. Let me check that. Let me check it and make sure. What are you talking about, Beamsy? I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers, and you'll know. Well, I think it's my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon you. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I used to have that memorized from the Pulp Fiction thing. Path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and a finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. Yeah, I still have it memorized, apparently. So there you go. There you go. That's from Pulp Fiction. I think it's slightly different than the version in the Bible, because it's sort of, just thing. Sorry, I put myself onto controversial sorting button. What? What have you done, Titan? What have you done? Okay, well, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Hold on. Hold it. Wow, I feel like I'm getting real meta now. This is getting real meta. Why? Like, why? I don't understand. Why are you making fun of me, Titan? What? What? Why? A stream session, yeah. I feel like I'm living in a dream. All right. Well, I'm going to take off, but I love you all. Be kind to yourself and each other. I think I've said that, but you're fantastic. I love you all, and do take care. Don't forget to leave a like if you do want to. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Absolutely, I'm all for it. But do take care, and do have a fantastic day or night. I love it.